Hi everyone, welcome back to Code Silica. This is day 9 of our 150 days of LeetCode interview question series. Today we will solve two sum 2 input array is sorted, a classic interview problem that introduces the two pointer technique. Let us understand the problem statement first. You are given a one indexed array of integers that is already sorted in non-decreasing order. You need to find two numbers whose sum equals a given target and return their one based indices. Exactly one solution exists. Let us walk through the example ones. The input array is 2, 7, 11, and 15 and the target is 9. So the output would become 1 and 2. How? By combining 2 plus 7 which gives 9. So the indices of 2 is 1 and the index of 7 is 2. Here are some key observations. The most common observation here is that the array is already sorted. This allows us to avoid brute force solutions and use a much more efficient approach. A brute force approach would be to check every possible pair. This would take order of any square time, which is not optimal and not expected in interviews. So let us walk through the optimized insight. Because the array is sorted, we can use two pointer, one starting from the beginning and the other one starting from end. Based on the sum, we intelligently move the pointers. So our optimized approach would be like this. Here how the two pointer approach works. Initialize left and right pointer, calculate the sum of both values. If the sum is smaller than the target, move left. If the sum is greater than the target, move right. If the sum equals the target, return the indices. Why this works? This works because the array is sorted. Increasing the left pointer increases the sum and decreasing the right pointer decreases the sum. Each element is visited at most once, giving us a linear time solution. Let us walk through the example once again. Here we have an array elements 2, 7, 11, and 15 and the target is 9. Since 2 plus 15 is 17 which is greater than 9, so we move the right pointer. 2 plus 11 is 13, still greater, move the right pointer again. 2 plus 7 is 9, target found, we return indices 1 and 2. Now that the logic is clear, let us switch to LeetCode and implement this approach in Java. Now let's move to the Java code and understand how the two pointer technique efficiently solves two sum 2 input array is sorted. We are given a sorted array and a target value. We need to find two numbers whose sum equals the target and return their one waste indices. Because the array is sorted, we can solve this efficiently using the two pointer approach. We initialize two pointers. The left pointer starts at the beginning of the array and the right pointer starts at the end. These pointers allows us to explore pairs without checking any combination. Meanwhile loop. This loop runs as long as the two pointers have not crossed. Each iteration checks exactly one pair, making the solution very efficient. Calculate current sum. Here we calculate the sum of the elements pointed to by the left and right pointers. This sum determines how we move the pointers next. Now we check if the target is found. If the sum matches the target, we have found the correct pair. The problem asks for one based indexing, so we return left plus 1 and right plus 1. If sum is smaller than target, if the sum is less than the target, we need a larger value. Since the array is sorted, moving the left pointer to the right and increases the sum. If sum is greater than the target, if the sum is greater than the target, we need a smaller value. Moving the right pointer to the left decreases the sum. This decision making is only possible because the array is sorted. According to the problem statement, exactly one valid solution exists. The return statement is just a safety fallback and will never be executed in valid test cases. Let us take this example once again. 2, 7, 11, and 15 and the target is 9. Here 2 plus 15 is equal to 17, so the uh, value is too large, we have to move right. And now 2 plus 11 is 13, again it's too large, we have to move right. Again 2 plus 7 is 9, we found the target. So we have to return the indices 1 and 2. Now let us submit this problem. Now let us analyze the time and space complexity of this problem. The time complexity is order of n because each pointer moves at most n times, and space complexity is order of 1 because no extra data structures are used. Here are some interview tips. This solution uses the sorted property effectively, avoids a hash map and extra space, uses the two pointer pattern is the optimal interview solution. Now one line summary to memorize this. Because the array is sorted, we use two pointers to adjust the sum intelligently and find the target pair in linear time. So we always leverage the sorted property. Two pointer technique is extremely common, and remember that indices here are 1 based, not 0 based. That's why we have to increment the left and right indices by 1 before returning the final answer. That's it for day 9. Tomorrow we will solve threesome, another very important interview problem. If this video helped you, like the video and subscribe to Code Silica. See you in day 10. Happy coding.